Hello. Welcome to a new vlog, which is a really different vlog. So we're not going to a theme park, we're not going to Disney, we're not going on holiday. I'm currently sat outside my house. I'm really sorry about the spot, by the way, everybody, and the second spot. I was traveling, and traveling doesn't do well with me. Anyway, I am basically doing a very short vlog today to document the start of the Bedford Universal park slash resort, sort of what's going on, because, you know, we got, I think it was the end of last year or the beginning of this year, we got I think it was September time, we got like a very short statement saying that they'd bought a plot of land. There was loads of rumors about it. They've acquired a plot of land. They bought the IP, the website, Universal Great Britain, and all these sorts of things, and everyone was like, oh my goodness, it's happening. And I didn't let myself get excited about it, because you just never know with these things, and they said they were in the very early stages of it. However, it has now come a time to start documenting, I think, because they've now, at the site, which I've just been to, just got diggers out. They're breaking ground. I think it's just sort of to test the soil and stuff, but they are there. They are doing stuff on the land. They've also put out a bit more communications. They've spoken to some of the local councils, and also are now have put together 2 public events in Bedford to explain what's going on. So I know that there was one on Saturday. I was away for that, so I couldn't go. There is one tonight, so I will be going tonight. I know from my brother who's been that they let you record, so I will record the presentation. As I said, I have also been to the site. I did sneak onto the site. There isn't fences up, so it's fine at the moment. I have a feeling that there will be fences up very shortly, so I went on the site today. I took a couple of photos and just a video of the area, just to show you that there was you know, work going on. And I've just timed myself getting home, and it took exactly 7 minutes. So, you know, I haven't just got a vested interest in it because it's a theme park and because it's Universal and because, you know, I'm mad on Disney and Universal. I've also got a vested interest because it's my home. So I live 7 minutes away. So I've also got, you know, interest in the local area and the infrastructure and what's going to be put in place to sort of combat the amount of people that are going to be there. You know, we're all very excited about it's new jobs and everything, but also, you know, the roads need to be sorted and the infrastructure needs to be sorted. So I've got an interest in that as well. So I think from now, it's very exciting. What are we now? We are like the 16th of April 2024. From now, I'm going to try and document things that go on to do with the site and about the Bedford Universal, etc. So I'm gonna, from now, start taking an actual interest in it and think about it as an actual project, rather than not getting myself excited because I didn't think it would happen. I think it's going to happen now. So yeah, I'm gonna go pick the kids up from school because, you know, I still have to do my other things, and then I will be going to this meeting. What I will do is, after I finish talking to you now, I will insert some photos and some shots of what I took just now at the site, at the Kempston Hardwick site. It's not very many. I didn't want to be, you know, there was people working on there, and I didn't want to be too intrusive, but obviously I just did want to take a couple of videos and some photos for you guys. Yeah, and I will talk to you. Hopefully I'll insert them, and then I hopefully will insert the presentation straight after that I will see tonight, and then I will come back and talk to you about how exciting it is. Because from what I hear, you can video the presentation, but you can't video any one-to-one talks that you have with any of the Universal people. So obviously I can come on after that and discuss if I've spoken to anyone, if I've asked any questions. You know, I will be asking questions such as, you know, we've had like a map of it, what the multiple use bit they're going to be using. I will try and probe some questions. They probably won't tell me anything. They're very clever people, but I will try. So yeah, that's where we are. Insert clips now.
Good afternoon. My name is John McReynolds. I'm the head of external affairs, meaning for Universal Destinations and Experiences, meaning I come in and work with communities such as yourselves and all government and regulatory bodies around the globe. And I do want to thank each and every one of you for coming today. We have had tremendous support to date from this community, from our leadership in the council, and from also from the central government. So I can't say enough positive things, but I do want to say we are still doing our due diligence. We have not made a decision to move forward, but we're progressing enough that we wanted to come and have these conversations with you to get your feedback and to give your thoughts. So I do want to put out that one caveat, but again, we just so value the time that you've given us tonight. Thank you.
Excuse me, I've been talking to a lot of people. We're really happy to be here at Bedford College today and at Kimberly College on Saturday because it's really important for us to engage with the local colleges, universities, schools. I know John met with the youth groups today and a couple of the primary and secondary school teachers yesterday because really this is all about helping to create jobs and training people to take those jobs if they'd like to do that. And so we're very excited to be here. We're in the process of public engagement right now, which means we're trying to talk to everybody here, get your thoughts on how to best execute this project, how to best reflect the history of the community and everything that we do. And we have to write a report for the government, so we'd love to get feedback from everybody by May 5th. How many people here have been to a Universal resort? Thank you. This is everything we go to. It's really impressive how many people have seen our product. However, if people haven't been to one of our resorts, I want to just say briefly what the difference is between our theme parks and other amusement parks or places you might have been to. And really, it's all about the theme and the level of immersion. If you come to our park and you go to Jurassic World, everything there looks like Jurassic World in the film. The stores, the food, the rides, the attractions, everything is themed to put you in the movie. This video will show you.
Remember that? Yes. Remember Bob Spider-Man?
So one of the first questions we get is, why is Universal interested in the UK? And this chart kind of shows it to you, because if you look at our locations where we are now, Hollywood, Orlando, Singapore, Japan, and Beijing, you can see that there's a big empty spot in the middle. And we've been looking for some time to find the right location to build a theme park in Europe. And the UK strikes us as a great location. First of all, because of large population. Secondly, large number of tourists coming here to southern England. And also, the whole UK has always been a hotbed of creativity. And right now, London is the center of new immersive experiences actually in the world today. So that's all great. And then in addition, you raised your hands and showed us, as happens every time, that people in the UK love our product. More than 1 million people every year come to Orlando from England, so we're very happy. Keep coming, even if we build a park here, we've got to come here in addition to coming to Orlando.
So I get the easiest question. Why Bedford? Why not Bedford? Right? I mean, here's the reality. You have a hidden gem here that is amazing. That's your connectedness to the rest of this country. Within 2 hours, 50% of this country can be right here. Within 3 to 3.5 hours, half the capitals of Europe can be here. Your connectedness to the local and the national grid is amazing. Now, some will say, well, John, you want to bring this huge resort into the grid, and there's already some points, there's some choke points, and you're right. But the fact is, we're the perfect industry to bring. Because when you're going to work is when our guests are coming into the park. They're running counter to your traffic flows. So when's the last time any of you took a train in the morning to London? Show of hands. Crowded?
Yeah.
How'd that train turn around, come back? What was it? Empty or full? That's when my guests are going to come. It's counter to your flows. So we actually don't compete for your traffic movements, we're counter to them. But even so, we're going to help facilitate, if we move forward, some additional improvements. We're having phenomenal conversations with the central government about the East-West Rail, going from Oxford to Bedford. You notice I said Oxford to Bedford. We'll let you all figure out Bedford, Cambridge. Stay out of that one. Wixom Station. This town's been working on that for a long time. Central government is now considering not a 2-platform solution, but a 4-platform solution to accommodate this increase. It's back on the map. And we also are talking to the National Highway System about bringing 2 additional slip lanes up to 421 that would go directly into our property. And I say into our property for a reason, because we want to keep the stacking and queuing on our property and keep it off of the local roadway system. So those are the many things we're working on with DFT, which I cannot say enough positive things about how well they're working with us. So working together, we can improve the grid, and our guests will run counter to yours.
There are a couple other reasons too why we love this particular site. The first is it's flat. It's always easier to build on flat land. Half of it's farming, farm, and the other half is the old brickworks location, Kempson Hundred Brickworks. The second reason is it's big enough for us to realize our vision of creating a beautifully landscaped, spectacular resort. We own 476 acres now, and we have an option on another 60 acres of land. So that's big enough to let us do what we want to do. The third reason is this land was already slated to be developed in the town plan. So something is going to go on that land. And we think this beautiful resort is perhaps the optimal use of that land. And finally, it's just the amazing reception that we've gotten from everyone in Bedford from the first time I came here and met with the previous mayor to the current mayor. All the officials of the city and town have been incredible to deal with, and all of the support we've gotten from all of you. And it makes a big difference, because when we go to the central government and we ask for their support on this project, the first question they ask process is what do the people in Bedford think about this project? And we're able to tell them truthfully that we have our basic support.
Now, this site also has wonderful history, being the old Kempton Hardwick Brickworks. That excites us to be able to celebrate the history that brought the diversity to this town and celebrate it. But it also has some wonderful environmental features. It has some wonderful lakes right next to it, amazing amount of water flowing through it and around it. And guess what? We love that water and use it and celebrate it. Most developers want to figure out how to get it off their property. We don't. We create uplands, wetlands, habitat, and do some amazing things. And in fact, in Orlando right now, we are building a very similar park. And right next to that unbelievable world-class resort we're building right now, we've created some unbelievable wetlands, uplands, and habitats and control structures to protect a thing called Shingle Creek. Now, one person knew Shingle Creek in an earlier three, okay. But I'm gonna guess, anybody ever hear of Shingle Creek? No, you haven't. You're getting me in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you played golf there. Yeah, that probably would be right.
It's the Everglades.
Well,
It's the Everglades.
Actually, that's the headwaters of the Everglades. The headwaters of the Everglades start on our property in Orlando. And we've received all kinds of rewards from the state of Florida and the U.S. government on our protections of Shingle Creek. And if we can protect the headwaters of the Everglades, we can protect the county park next to us and create some amazing habitats. We celebrate water, we keep that water on property the best we can, and then we actually use some of it for our own irrigation because we will probably be planting somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 trees on this site. We're going to do something special here if we move forward.
Okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk about was some of the benefits for the area that would come if we decide to go forward with this project. So the first, most obvious one is jobs. It's based on our experience building resorts around the world. We estimate during the construction process we would create 20,000 jobs over a 5-year period, with a peak on-site of 5,000 jobs created. And then once we open the resort, we would have 8,000 jobs created, rising over time as our attendance grows to 10,000 jobs. And what's really interesting is that we've seen that for every job that we create directly on our site, we create another 1.5 jobs in the community. People who are supplying us with products or services. I've met a lot of people today who have that services that they want to sell us. So there's a lot of opportunity for the community. But we'd like to say that it's not just about creating jobs for us, it's about creating careers. It is quite possible in our company to start as an hourly worker and rise into a management position in the company. Now, this will give 3 examples to prove that point. 50% of the management team in our Orlando resort started as an hourly worker. Cameron Irwin, who's the president of the Orlando resort, which is 3 theme parks, 1 water park, 8 hotels, rising to 11 next year, and about 20 restaurants. She started running 1 cart when she graduated from university. And Tom Irwin, who's in charge of Osaka, Beijing, and Hollywood, started cleaning bathrooms as an hourly worker. So at every level of our company, we have training programs to try to help people advance to the next level in their career.
And partnering with local organizations. You just heard Paige talk about some of the people that have approached us tonight. And that's something we take serious. We want to work with the local vendor base. We have vendor outreach no matter where we go and build a facility around the globe. And then more importantly, we also want to partner with the local community because our workers would become a part of this town and surrounding communities. And with that, we want to take care of where they work, live, and play. Because everything starts with our workers. Everything starts with their empowerment. We have a saying that governs us each and every day. TSAT, team member satisfaction equals GSAT, guest satisfaction, equals a fair and equitable return. You're not going to have a fair and equitable return if your employees cannot deliver a world-class experience. It starts with those employees. So we don't come in like a typical developer and stay within our four walls. We embrace the community, we embrace where our employees live, work, and play, and we support that. In Orlando alone last year, our workers and our staff contributed 60,000 volunteer hours into the community. We take that obligation very serious.
Yes, as John mentioned, one thing that differentiates from a developer too is we don't develop the land and sell it off to other people. We plan to be in a community for 100 years. So we want to be a good neighbor so that for 100 years people are happy with us, hopefully even more. So that concludes our presentation today. Please help yourself to some tea, some coffee, some chocolate toothpaste, whatever you like. And thank you very much for coming out and taking the time to listen to us today. We really appreciate it, and we'd really like to get your feedback.
Thank you.
So we've been in. You'll have seen the video that I'll have posted the video before this. Oh, it's very exciting. It's very exciting. We've got these massive packs of like, I think it's the document that you can get online. It's basically the same as the document you can get online. When I get home, I will go through it sort of page by page. But it's happening, isn't it? I mean, they haven't said that. He says in the video, oh, just a caveat, you know, we still haven't pressed go on this, but blah, 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 and we've done this with the government, and we've done that with the government, and we've done this, and we've done that, and we're going to do this with the train stations. So, you know, it's happening, I think. We also spoke to him after, so you've got the video, but you haven't got the we couldn't video, obviously, our conversation with him after. Somebody in front of us asked how big it is compared. I'll go through with you when I get home the actual plot and show you that. But the first plot, so basically it's on two sites with a road in between. And the first site that they're actually building on, he said, will be the equivalent of one of the parks. So either
in Florida.
One of the parks in Florida. So he said either Universal Studios or the Islands of Adventure Park. It'd be that big with the city walk and a hotel. Then obviously there's the other site. So we're looking at, I mean, but he said, what did he say about that? He said, well, if it's wildly successful, which we're hoping it will, then we have room to then use that second site. Yeah. So that'll then become like Universal and Islands of Adventure. They also have if they go through, if the government's happy and everything's happy and it goes through, they will then have another 60 acres that they can buy, that are ready to buy. So they can acquire more land if they want to. And he also just said in that conversation, there is other plots of land that they can look at and can buy as well. So that's in addition to the other 60 acres. He also said, you asked about, so in Florida, in Orlando, you've got the Florida residents discount. So Mum asked about that, and would there be like an incentive for the local community? And he said yes. Basically, he doesn't know how it will work because it's not states here, so he's not sure how exactly it would work. And it's usually on the annual passes, he said, didn't he? Mm-hmm. But yes, they will definitely do something because it incentivizes the local community to come on like the off-peak.
They're hoping to catch Europe.
They're hoping to catch Europe
because of the road links and the rail links from Europe. He reckons 3.5 hours from somewhere like France or whatever. Yeah,
he said like through. Most capital cities you can get to London within 3.5 hours, which you can actually. He's right. Like it is a really good. There are good networks of planes, trains. But you'll have seen all that in the video because I took the whole video. You just didn't see the conversation we had afterwards. It was very busy in there, so we didn't want to keep him too long. But it's all very positive. And the speech that they gave, as far as I could see, because I've watched a video of it before, was more detailed than Saturday's. So they've obviously had quite a lot of support and are willing to go into it a little bit more by this stage. But yeah, when we get home, I will go through the pack. But it's very exciting. Oh! Okay. So I'm back home. Sorry, it's been quite a while because I had to put the kids to bed. But I thought I'd go through this very large folder thing with you. The lighting in my house is horrific, so you just have to bear with it. Okay, so the first page, look, you see all those shadows? That's terrible, isn't it? One of my light bulbs has gone and I haven't replaced it. Whoops. This is basically saying how they've acquired a plot of land and what they're planning to do, and this is obviously all about the existing destinations and experiences. We've got the next page, which is kind of what they went through in the presentation. So why the UK, and it gives the map, why Bedford, the site we're exploring, and then it gives you sort of the parameters and all the different bits and pieces. Tells you about a little bit about trying to respect the local history. Although, to be honest, I live in Bedford. I'm not really sure what the history is, to be perfectly honest with you. But, you know, power to them. This one here is basically the benefits of the Bedford. This is creating jobs, thousands of jobs generated through construction, ongoing investment and development, prioritising local employment for enjoyment. That's me. I'm thinking about the enjoyment. The employment, dedicated training programs, major boost to the local UK tourism. It is going to be a huge boost. Infrastructure improvements, the beauty of the natural world, although Bedford's not that beautiful, but you know, hopefully they'll make it beautiful. Partnership with local businesses and partnerships with schools and colleges and all sorts of things that they're looking to do. A case study. Oh, what's this? It's committed to higher education partnerships, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's hands-on learning and stuff. So I think the University of... So it's basically telling you what they've done in Florida and sort of the projects that they've done in Florida with the colleges. I think education centre, school to work program, agricultural program. So it shows kind of what they've done in other areas, mainly Florida. Excuse me, no, sorry, the dog's being silly. The next bit about our planning process. The project will have a wide range of economic... Right, so this bit is about public engagement. It closes on the 3rd of May, which they kind of said in the thing. That's when they're going to the government, although they're already in talks with the government, which is kind of what they alluded to. But it's basically setting out sort of their plan. Our proposal. Here we go. Core zone, Lake Zone, West Gateway, East Gateway. So where I showed you earlier, me and Andrew actually came down this road. We parked here and then we went into the bottom of this site. So we were kind of here looking out at this. So that we were actually in the theme park area. That's set out for theme park. The other side of the road is the other video I showed you of the brickwork. So it kind of starts here. I was about here and looking out that way, and the brickworks was kind of here. That building with the graffiti on was about there. So that's kind of where we were looking. Here the lighting is so bad. Oh my goodness. This is sort of what they envisage it's going to look like. Firstly, this was interesting to me because it showed the A421 is here, and it showed like the road that comes off, like the dedicated road, and the dedicated road here, which is pretty cool. So basically it has like a key up here. Is that focusing? Yeah, that's focusing. And there's Let's have a look. So that is TMP, temporary construction. And then we've got TM, which is, where's TM? Where's TM? Oh, I'm not even sure. Oh, it's TH, that's why. Meh, the lighting. TH, transportation hub. Here. This is the train station, we know that. And there's a small car park, I think. RS. That's a rail station, yes. See. That's kind of, I think that's a very small car park as well as transportation hub. Then down here is the main car park. That's the big car park there. They have said they're not going to do multi-storey car park. They've said that they're going to keep it on one level. I have a feeling after they've built the initial, this initial bit, they will then change some of this round, use some of this as car park, and then extend the theme park slightly. But that's in the future. This is TH, this is transportation hub, so that's again, that's where all the buses will come into and everything. This is HT and RDE, which are, this is hotel and city hub. RDE means retail, dining and entertainment. So there, that is kind of our city walk area, this yellow bit, as well as a hotel. And then this whole bit here is theme park. Now, we asked him, as I said, we asked him kind of how big that actually is. And he said that this part, this theme park that they are building is the equivalent of either Islands of Adventure or Universal Studios. It's equivalent to one of their Orlando parks. So the interesting thing is this area. So I asked him, this says TMP. So it's temporary construction, this whole area here. But I asked him what then was going to happen with that. So if we look over to this here, oh my goodness, it's so, what's TP? TP. So it's got a different it's got a different key here, but it's still exactly the same. So MU is multi-use. So basically they're saying they haven't allocated really what that's going to be yet. This is still going to be a small car park and transportation. This is still going to be the rail station. This is still going to be the bus station. This is still going to be a hotel and city walk, and this is still going to be a theme park. This one here has now turned to, if we have a, oh, will it focus? Will it focus? No, not with my finger there. Oh, TP, TPS and CP. So TP, theme park, TPS, theme park support, and what was the other one? CP, car park. So that is now turned into not just a car park. They are actually going to use some of it for theme park and theme park support. So that's interesting. And then the most interesting thing is here. So this is a conservation area, I think, RA, restoration area. So this is where they're going to do their conservation, where he was talking about the habitats and this, that and the other. That's going to be there, and that's always going to stay there. That's never ever going to change. They've said that won't ever change, which is fine. This just says multi-use. So this is where he is talking about when he said to me, so I asked him, you know, what is happening with this site, and he said, and the multi-use areas, because obviously there's a lot of multi-use areas, and he said, obviously if this is wildly successful, that's when they start building here. So this is the second theme park effectively, and it's huge, and it goes all the way over here as well. The funny thing is that they've got a road going through like that, which means I think that these might be hotel areas, and then this is theme park. That's just me surmising, but you know, that's a pretty safe guess in my opinion. And then this is the other rail station. So we've got a rail station there, and then transportation hub and transportation hub. One of the stations, one of the train stations is one here and one here. One of them is the London line. I think this one, it's Bedford to London. I think it goes from Bedford through here and then to London. And then this one I think is Oxford and Cambridge. One way's Oxford, one way to Cambridge. Don't ask me on the geography, I'm not sure. Our design standards. So this, which among other things would seek to decrease its visual impact on the area. So it's basically just talking about the skyline, the maximum heights, which these are very interesting. So the maximum height of any components would be 115 metres. That is massive. That is massive. While the highest occupiable floor of any building would be limited to 75 metres. And then any car parks, if they ever build them, we have no current plans to build structured parking, but if we needed it in the future, the height would be further limited to 40 metres. Now, 75 metres for a building, so that is a hotel or whatever. 115 metres, what are they going to build to 115 metres? If they build a roller coaster to 115 metres, that is the highest roller coaster ever, because that's massive. Orientation, non-guest facing support, back of house facility would typically be located close to site boundaries. The height of these buildings would be limited. So basically it's just telling us sort of what they're going to do to make it look nice for the area. Our rides and attractions. Basically they're just, it hasn't gone into any detail, but it just says that it's beloved stories and stuff. So basically they're just going to find IPs that people love. The wider resort, City Walk Hotel and Entertainment. This is all about City Walk, and I think this is going to be a real benefit to Bedford. Not the hotel side of it, but obviously the City Walk, where you can just come in for free, walk around, have some dinner, have some drinks. I think that will really benefit Bedford. Invested in local communities. Again, all the work that they have done, all the work that they're planning to do. Wildlife and ecology. Yeah, ecology. Oh my goodness, my water resources. He was talked about a lot about the water in the presentation, actually. Air quality, historic environment. Bedford Borough has a rich history. What rich history? I mean, okay, go for it, but I'm not sure what the history is. Roman and medieval times. There we go. Noise and light. That's interesting. I wonder what they're going to do about fireworks and things. Waste management. I think this is all on the website, so you can see this entire thing on the website, but obviously it's nicely in this like little folder thing, which is quite nice. How would people travel to the site? This is interesting, that they think 30 to 40% of visitors will travel by train, and then only 10% of people they think will drive to the site, with a further 25 as passengers. So in theory, so that's 35% of people will come in cars, but only 10% of them will be driving, is basically what they're saying. When would people travel to the site? Movement on the road networks. Gives you all the different graphs. Which is what he was saying about sort of utilising the fact that people are travelling into London, and so people travelling out of London should be okay. Upgrades to local transport infrastructure. So this was what they were on about. This is going to be this is the A421, which is actually quite a good road at the moment. It's not that bad, unless there's a accident on it. It's not actually too bad. But what he was saying is obviously they want exits straight off that into the park, so it wouldn't go off onto anywhere else, it would just go into the park. So that would go straight to here, and the traffic would line up all here, and it would not be on this road, which is obviously the road that everybody goes from Milton Keynes, which is down here somewhere, to Bedford, which is up there somewhere. And it also then goes on all the way up to the Black Cat roundabout, and then you can go off to Cambridge and on the A1M, I think it is. So it's quite an important road. So I think he's trying to say that we need to get more traffic off that road and into this area here, which is good. I mean, you know, they're thinking about it. proposed new roads, proposed A421 slip roads, proposed Woburn Road realignment. The Woburn Road is the one that I went on today to get to it. But that looks as if that's going into a roundabout here rather than it being, I mean, it's just a tiny little, there's a tiny little turning onto Manor Road at the moment. So the train station at the moment is here. So obviously planning on moving that whole train station down to here. Proposed east-west rail, and then this one is proposed Wixham rail station. I don't know whether that's existing and they want to make that, he was saying they want to make that into like a 4-platform thing. Serious about sustainability, all about the energy, etc, etc. Managing traffic during construction, traffic management plans, employment locally. Many local people as possible during construction so that our investments here have further benefits. Phase construction, our track record, which we already know, let's be honest, they're universal, they're insane. And then it's all about, we want to hear from you and filling out the surveys and everything. So it's quite a large, plan. A lot of work is going into it. Don't get me wrong. I know, hold on, let me tell you. Awful. I know that Universal have a lot of money. It's simple. They have a lot of money, and they also know what they're doing. But what I don't think I can understand is why they would put so much effort into this if they weren't serious about it. I know there is still a chance this couldn't happen. This might not happen, but why would you put so much effort? Like, this is hefty. And you're saying that they've got a lot of money, but every single person that was going in there tonight got one of these and could get multiple ones of these. They had free tea and coffee. They had free cakes. It was quite nice. Gourmet cakes as well. Like, it was pretty good. They had marshals putting people in. There was banners everywhere. Like, it was a pretty, I would expect it to be professional, but it was a lot tonight. The way that they were talking, they've already been talking with the government for a while. They've already been talking with, he said, he's been over here a couple of times before this, obviously without the public knowing, but he's been here talking to councillors, talking to people involved. Look at the spot on my face, oh my goodness. People involved for a long time. So, that tells me that, we're quite far along in the process. They've already put in place what they think they want to do with the A421. They've already looked at the train stations. They've looked at everything. And so, in my opinion, that can only mean good things. Surely. Right, I think that's where I'm going to leave it. It's been quite a lovely, interesting day. It's been quite exciting. And it's just so nice. And I feel really lucky to be living 7 minutes. It took me today. 7. I mean, it won't take me that in traffic when it actually opens, but it's really exciting. I when I go to Orlando, I think, oh, these people are so lucky living so close. Now I'm going to be one of those peoples. I'm going to be the peoples, which is really exciting. So, yeah, I just hope it all goes well. I hope no bloody fuddy-duddies in the local area put them off. I mean, hopefully they can't be put off. This is Universal. They have people that will do this kind of thing, with relative ease. But I don't want people to put up a stink. This will make my life better, make my kids' lives better. It makes so many people in the local area. I mean, the amount of jobs, 8,000, like 5,000 when it's being built, 8,000 initially, up to 10, and then up to 10,000. Like, that's a crazy amount of jobs for this area. That's amazing. I'm hoping to get one. Yeah, so it's all good news. And I just hope it... I don't think we'll hear anything for a couple of months now. The consultation period ends on the 3rd of May. And then obviously it's waiting. It's going to government. Excuse me. Yeah, so I don't think we'll hear anything for a couple of months now. But when we do, I'll be back and I'll be talking about it. So, oh God, I nearly just dropped you. Right, so thank you for watching. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button, because it helps other people find my videos. If you haven't watched any of my vlogs, go back and watch some of them. I have got a Universal vlog. We had the best day ever. And I've got more coming up. I've got Disneyland Paris in July. I have a Disney cruise in August, and then I have Disney World in September. So I've got lots planned on the channel. I haven't posted it for a while. You know, I was going to vlog in Centre Parks, but, you know, with the kids, it's really, really difficult. And sometimes, you know, I vlogged the first day, and then, you know, the kids wanted my attention, and actually that's fine. They should have my attention when I'm on holiday with them. So yeah, I haven't been able to vlog much of my other trips. You know, I went on a cruise again, that was with the kids, and they just needed me. And so, but this time, Disneyland Paris, you know, they've been before. They're old hat at it now, my kids. So I am planning on vlogging that, planning on vlogging the Disney cruise, my very first Disney cruise. Very excited about that. And then September, I've got Disney World planned with my friends, so no kids, which will be a lot easier to vlog. And I've got so much planned. It's September, so Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, Universal for the day and Fright Nights, meeting up with Meta, who was previously went to Universal with me. So I've got so much. So subscribe, because there's loads coming and loads of fun, and yeah, it'll make me very happy. Please subscribe to my channel. Right, I'm gonna go, and I will see you on the next one. I don't know when that will be. Whenever there's news about this Universal Park. Oh yeah, I do know when the next one's gonna be. Exactly 1 week today. Oh, little, stop it, doggy. The vlog won't go up 1 week today, but I'm going to Alton Towers in 1 week today. So that vlog will be coming. I don't know what my dog is eating. What are you eating? What are you eating? Whatever it is, can you stop it? I don't know what she's eating. And my doggy. Oh! And we found it. It's a magnet. Great. Can you not do that, please? You're going to choke. No. Come and say hello. Dora. Oh, hello, Dora. Right, anyway, I'm going to stop waffling now. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, love you too. Yeah, okay. I'm going to sign off now, and I'll see you in Alton Towers. Bye. Bye.